Hello and welcome to today's family program. I'm Dr. Albert Kitcher, and it's always a joy to have you here. And before we do anything, let me just encourage you to invite a friend to join this program, and also please take a minute and hit the like button and also subscribe to this channel. Today's family program comes to you weekly in order to help you grasp something that is very important for your life. And the whole of this month, we're talking on legacy, things about legacy, and we'll continue. This is the third one that we are doing for the month. And I want you to know it is building one thing on the other. So if you have not, had the opportunity to watch the previous recordings, then please make sure you get it, and then you can be up to date with us. Well, we're talking about legacy. And we have said that everybody in this world, what you do affects others. And you cannot, just say, I've finished and then I'm gone and nothing is going to work. You must always live beyond your days, your years. When it is all said and done and you are not here, what you do should continue. How will it continue if it's not communicated, if it's not handed over? And these are the things that we are looking at. And it's not only about, death. I made it clear that when we talk legacy, people always think someone dying and then leaving maybe some properties or, valuables or something like that. But even in a place that you work in, that you may be moving on to different things and different places, you would have to also think about what kind of legacy you live in, who are you living it with, and how do you want it to be continued. And always we talk about the fact that if you don't have a vision for your life, you will not know the mission of your life. And if you don't know the mission of your life, you will not move into preparing for that mission. So it is always important for you to understand what it takes in order for you to be able to leave a lasting legacy. So you need to get a vision. You need to have, a way to bring that vision to pass through certain programs. You need to have resources. You need to get some personnel. You need to get, finances. You need time. There are so many things that goes into it. So we are talking about what really will make you sit up, plan, and achieve a set goal. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about how to bring whatever you have seen in your mind's eye, the vision, and how you have assessed it, because we've talked about those things in the previous sessions, and now to bring it all into perspective. So in life, we have deposits and we have also withdrawals. There are stuff that you need to put in order to make things happen. These are the things that we call the deposits. So what are you doing? Then doing it consciously, intentionally, to leave a legacy. You understand you need to leave a legacy, but what are you doing consciously, consistently, knowingly to leave a legacy? In order for you to leave a legacy, let me say it in another way. What are you doing? And not just doing, but doing with understanding, doing consciously, doing knowingly. So you have to understand that it's not enough to just get a vision and to know I need this, but what are you doing? Now you know the resources, you know the people you need around you, and what is it that you are doing? Also, there is the other part of it. Because of what is set before you, because of the fact that you would want to leave a legacy, the question is in the other way. The first one is a deposit. The second one is a withdrawal. In the withdrawal part, what are you doing intentionally? Or what are you leaving intentionally in order to achieve the goal? For you to achieve a goal is a give and take. Leave and get and hold. Unless you let go of what is in your hand, you cannot receive what is coming into your hand. If your hand is so tight and you don't open it up, there's no way something can be put in there. So there must be a letting go and also accepting what is to come. It is very, very important for you to emerge out of the state of just being in a vision stage into acting state. You need to ask those important questions. What is it that you are consciously doing or have to do in order to get there? And what is it that you must leave knowingly that is not going to take you to the destination. You need to make a plan for this. And that plan should be a strategic plan. I use the word strategic because it's not just, plan, I want to go here, so I do catch the bus and then, I hop off and I hop on. No, you need to make sure that you have a workable plan. You have put things into their perspectives. And for you to make, real plans and to make plans that bring things into perspective, you need to make sure you answer so many questions. Most of the times, people don't ask themselves questions. So they don't know how to do stuff. For you to know how to do stuff, you must ask the question. There is a problem, there is an issue, there is a need. So you don't solve the need by just jumping on what is happening, but asking yourself questions. What happened? Why are we in this stage? Who made us got to this place? Or who is responsible, or who would be the best to get these things done? When do we have to do it? When did it happen? How? What do we need? How do we get into so you need to ask those questions. What, how, when, how much, who are you accountable to? Because whatever you do, you would have to also maybe give an account of what you do. Probably you have borrowed some resources from somewhere. You must be accountable to the person, what you did with what you borrowed, and you have an agreement to maybe return in certain ways. You make sure everything is going very well. And then you must always leave a space for evaluation. That is checking on what has happened, the results you have, compared to what you initially set yourself to do. So what you initially set yourself to do would be the marking point, would be the point of achievement. So if at the end and when you are assessing, you realize that you set yourself to go this far and you have gone this far, then you know that you have not achieved your set goal. So it is very, very important that we move from just having that vision and understanding and clarity about, I need to live a vision, I need to work to get a vision, I need, I cannot live without living any vision, my life should go beyond me. All those things are nice, beautiful sayings that maybe makes your blood, just cool down and feel good about yourself. But then you have to understand and also ask yourself the very, very, very important, needful, timely questions of what, how, when, how much, with whom, where, and everything that comes with it. And you must make sure you have answers which are satisfactory. You must have answers that correspond to what the need is. You must have answers that bring solution, not answers that bring suggestions. The answers must bring solution. Answers must bring solution, not suggestions. It is very, very important. So ask yourself, what am I to do? What is it? Why? How? Who? How much? With whom? Where? And then what have I done? Evaluation. You must make sure you do that. And as you make those plans and ask those questions, it takes you to the next level of you beginning to realign yourself, your life, your habits in order to fit into the set goal. So you may set a goal, and that goal would demand that you now go to bed earlier. It would demand that you don't drive, all the way. It might demand that you read a book. You do something. So sometimes the goals that we set will determine the kind of changes or the realignment. And it's not easy to move from, bend from right to the left. But if the course of time, if the vision ahead of you allows for that, then you must make sure you pay the price. Paying the price is always a part of achievement. There is no way you can, achieve anything without knowing, paying the price, and also joining in the thing. So don't sit back. Don't be a watcher of the game from the stands. Be a participator in the game. Get on the field and, begin to, do some action. So once you make all those evaluations and then you know what to do, now you say, now it's time for me to take action. It's now time for me to go get the big stuff. Why? Because I must leave a legacy. And I have understood the need. I know the resources. I have answered the questions. Now let me put them into practice. That is the only time you will see. And knowing, for instance, for myself, that I believe in leaving a legacy. When I meet people, especially those that I mentor, those that look up to me, I tell them my story. I let them know the place I'm coming from. I let them understand, how far I've gone. I let them, appreciate the good, the bad, the ugly. I let them see, exactly what is the why, because these are the people who can push it further. And if they don't know the history, if they don't know the story, if they don't know where you have come from, then it's going to be really difficult to get that thing getting on. So you must consciously open yourself up and make yourself available for what? Investment, and also giving of what is in you. Whatever you don't communicate is not known. Whatever you don't communicate well will not be well known. So it is very, very important for you to make sure that as you are realigning, you move from that stage into the implementation, the execution of whatever the plan is. The plan must be executed. I must leave a legacy. I will leave a legacy. A legacy is part of what my life goal is. What a beautiful vision. What a beautiful aim. What a beautiful desire. What a beautiful thought. But if this remains at an aim, a desire, a plan, and never implemented, then you have wasted precious time, precious life, and your life ends with you. Talking about legacy, have you asked yourself these questions? This will be your homework. I know by now you understand you need to leave a legacy, and you will leave a legacy. Whether you even do anything or you don't do anything, there will be something that you will leave. But what you will leave shouldn't be what people will talk about, like, thank God he's no more. He left even nothing. Finish. They must say, thank God he has finished what he wants to do. He's now not here. We're picking it up. Thank God he has moved on to another position in this company, but he has left so much for us to build on. This is how you must make sure your life goes. This is today's family program. I'm Dr. Albert Kitcher, and we will see you again next week. But before I say bye to you, I want to encourage you one more time. Invite friends, let them listen to this with you. If you have any questions, you can ask us, and we are here for you. We really are looking forward to connecting with you more, and also to get to answer questions that you may have. But I encourage you to listen to the series on legacy as we are doing it this month, because something good is going to happen. And I know you are now ready to take on the big stuff. It is so good. Next week, we will be coming with a continuation. If you feel this is great, wait until you see next week, because we want to take you to the very, very end so that you can be ready to leave a lasting legacy for generations to come. Until I see you again next week, I'm Dr. Albert Kitcher, and this has been your favorite program, Today's Family, and I look forward to seeing you. Be strong, be healthy, and take care of your good life. See you again next week. Bye-bye.